Welcome. Over the next 75 minutes, we'll take you from zero knowledge of Claude Code to a power user. The key takeaway? You don't need to be a coder. If you can describe what you want in plain English, you can use Claude Code. Let's dive in.
Imagine your computer as something you could converse with. What if you could just describe what you want, and your computer just did it? Things like, clean up my downloads folder, summarize this 80-page PDF, or build me a one-page website. This is exactly what Claude Code does, and you remain in control the entire time. This video is for 4 types of users: the curious newcomer, the solo creator needing leverage, the productivity hunter seeking to automate repetitive tasks, and the aspiring maker who finds traditional coding intimidating. If any of these sound like you, you're in the right place. By the end of this video, you will confidently install and run Claude Code, have a working conversation about your files, use /commands for speed, connect Claude to apps like Notion and Gmail, build small projects without coding, and avoid the 5 common rookie mistakes. We are starting with part 1, the big idea. We will answer the most fundamental question: what even is Claude Code? Understanding this clearly is crucial before we move to the hands-on section. Claude Code is an AI assistant that lives in your computer's terminal. It can read, write, and run things on your machine just by you asking. It is conversational, capable of complex actions, and cautious, always asking for permission before executing risky tasks. Compared to general chatbots like Claude.ai or ChatGPT, Claude Code is a quote doer. While chatbots are great for writing and ideas, Claude Code is fundamentally different. It can read, edit, and create your files, run system commands, and remember projects between sessions. Non-coders are adopting Claude Code for 3 reasons. First, plain English is the interface, requiring no complex syntax. Second, it learns your specific files and data. Third, the cost of try it is minimal. The first useful task takes minutes and pays off immediately. Actual people are using Claude Code for real tasks. A small shop owner categorized years of receipts. A blogger drafted social posts and a newsletter from a transcript. A teacher built an interactive quiz. None of these people write code. They wrote requests. Time for part 2, getting started on your machine. We will cover the prerequisites, the installation process, and your first interactive session. Feel free to follow along or save this for later. To get started, you will need a computer, Mac, Windows or Linux, internet access, and an Anthropic account. You'll need an API key or a Claude subscription. Allow about 10 minutes for setup, and be patient with the terminal, which we'll discuss next. Installation is 3 steps. First, open your terminal, either Terminal on Mac or PowerShell on Windows. Second, paste the install command from the official documentation. Third, run Claude to start the application and sign in. Your setup. The terminal is not scary. It's a simple chat box, just with a dark background. You cannot break it. If something goes wrong, just close and reopen. Remember, there's no memorizing. You speak naturally, and Claude translates your request into system actions. Your first conversation involves telling Claude what you want. Claude responds, planning its action, such as running the ls command to list files. Critically, Claude always asks, "May I?" before executing any action that affects your machine. Permissions are your safety net. Reading and asking questions are free. However, anything that changes your files or system requires explicit permission. You can always say no, or ask Claude to explain first. You can also grant always yes for trusted projects. Every conversation is saved as a session, including everything you and Claude did. You can resume hours or days later. Useful commands include !Claude, !to start fresh, !Claude, continue to resume the most recent, !/clear to wipe context, and !compact to keep long projects going. You're officially set up. Time for part 3, core skills you'll use every time. These 5 skills are the everyday basics you need to master for efficient use of Claude Code. Skill 1 is the art of asking. A vague prompt like "make the report better" fails due to missing context. A clear prompt, such as "rewrite report.docx so a non-technical investor could skim it in 2 minutes," provides all the necessary details. The recipe is simple. What, which file, for whom, and how should it feel? Skill 2, letting Claude read your files. First, open Claude in the right folder. Second, just mention the file name if it's local. Third, drop a full path. Remember, reading is free and requires no permission prompt. Claude just reads the files. Skill 3 is letting Claude change your files. This includes 4 actions. Edit, like fixing typos. Create, such as making a new CSV. Reorganize, like grouping photos. And convert, transforming a Word doc to a PDF. All 4 trigger a permission prompt before execution. Skill 4, /commands. These are your shortcuts. /help. Lists all commands. /clear. Wipes conversation context. /compact. Summarizes long sessions. /model. Switches models. /permissions. Manages allowed actions. /cost. Checks session spend. Just type /to see the full menu. Skill 5. 3 everyday tasks demonstrated as full requests. Task A is inbox cleanup. Task B is quick research. And Task C is renaming files. The same recipe applies every time. What, where, and how it should look. This is the template for maximizing Claude's utility. Next is part 4, real workflows start to finish. We'll explore 4 end-to-end recipes you can use right away for practical, tangible results. Workflow A, clean up your downloads folder. You request organizing files into subfolders, excluding .files. Claude lists files, proposes a move plan, asks permission, executes, and reports the changes. Tip: ask Claude to rehearse the plan before executing the moves. Workflow B, summarize a long PDF. You ask for a 1-page executive summary and a section-by-section breakdown with data points from an annual report. Claude loads the PDF, extracts structure, drafts the summary, builds the breakdown, and writes the summary file. Workflow C, build a 1-page website. Request a site for your business with specific sections and a color palette, saved as index. HTML, Claude drafts an outline, writes HTML and CSS, suggests placeholders, opens it in your browser, and iterates on your feedback. Workflow D, research a topic and write a report. Ask Claude to research standing desk converters, compare options, and output a 2-page brief in Word format. Claude searches the web, builds a shortlist, compares specs, drafts the brief, and saves the document. Always ask Claude to cite each claim with a source link. Those are your 4 starter workflows. Now we move to part 5, Power User Mode. These are the advanced tools that turn Claude Code into a powerful daily assistant. Level up 1, skills. Think of a skill as a reusable recipe that Claude remembers, like blog post or data analyze. They bundle expertise so you don't have to re-explain every time, allowing you to get a polished, structured output with a simple command. Level up 2, plugins. If a skill is a recipe, a plugin is a whole cookbook, a bundle of related skills built around a job role, such as marketing, engineering, or sales. Installing one plugin instantly gives you dozens of specialized skills. Level up 3 is MCPs, or Model Context Protocols. An MCP acts as a connector cable, allowing Claude to interface with other apps you use, such as Notion, Gmail, Slack, and Drive. Once set up, Claude can read from and act on these applications with your permission. Level up 4 is sub-agents. Think of a sub-agent as a specialist Claude hires for a single task. For complex requests, Claude delegates parts of the job to sub-agents in parallel, like a researcher, reviewer, and writer, compiling the results into one fast, polished output. Level up 5, the secret weapon, is CLAUDE.md. This is a plain text file at the top of your project that Claude reads when a session starts. It serves as your personal profile, style guide, and cheat sheet, so you stop repeating context. Here are 5 prompting tricks to enhance your results. First, show, don't tell, by dropping in examples for tone. Second, ask for the plan first to approve the steps. Third, constrain the output with specific limits. Fourth, iterate without restarting the session. Fifth, end with verification, asking Claude to double-check its work. Most new users spend $5 to $15 a month. Use the right model, /model haiku for cheap tasks, and /model sonnet for hard ones. Use /cost to check spending, and /compact on long projects to save money. You can also set a monthly budget in the Anthropic console. Avoid these common rookie mistakes. Vague requests. Add file, audience, and format. Auto-approving prompts. Read what Claude is about to do. Starting a new session for every task. Stay in the project. Use /compact. Ignoring Claude.md. Spend 5 minutes once to save hours later. Treating Claude like Google. Use it as a partner. Adopt these common sense safety habits. Never auto-approve Claude touching production databases. Anything you can't restore. Files outside the project folder unless asked. Money transactions, or sending real emails before you review them. Default to caution. To recap, your new toolkit includes 6 core components: conversation, file commands, /shortcuts, skills and plugins, MCPs for app connection, and CLAUDE.md to customize your experience. You now have the skills for real, transferable competency. Here is what to do next. Today, install Claude Code and run one starter workflow. This week, write your first Claude.md and pick a plugin. This month, connect 1 or 2 MCPs and build a small project end-to-end. Always, read the documentation at docs.claude.com for new features. Now build the thing you've been waiting on. The key is to be specific about what you're trying first. Get started at docs.claude.com/claude-code. Thank you for watching this video. Now go build something.